I can't take this team seriously. I mean, where's the independent neurologist? I mean, this happened in the second quarter, and at some point, Tua Tagovailoa has to be honest with himself as well. I mean, you got to be transparent in these days. I have a major concern about this kid's future, and I know why he's playing, right? We all play for that second contract to take care of our family, but I mean, I have major concerns. There's concerns about his health from being slightly built, but I have concerns if he should play for the rest of the season. I mean, this is talking about his third concussion. We watched Troy Aikman. We hear all the stories about guys that are struggling well into their 40s and 50s. They have to figure out a way how not to expose this kid, and he has to figure out a way how to protect himself, man, because I worry about his future in the NFL. In the near future, we know when you have one, it's easier to get two. But now when you have three, you talk about going into the postseason. Right. He has to be on a short hook, and I don't know if you buy into him long term.
Right. Well, that's the bigger picture discussion. He's not playing this week, and we don't know about next week. And obviously, given all that's going on with him this year, you would expect that they'll be as careful as they need to be. Teddy Bridgewater starting this week. They've lost 4 games in a row. They're playing at New England. I don't think mathematically they need to win the game, but they kind of need to win the game. Without Tua, if he's out this week, if he's out next week, if he has to miss playoff games, are they in huge trouble?
I would just say this. I think if we're talking about playoff games, I mean, we're forecasting way out and we don't know. Well, let's just say the next 2 weeks, okay? Yeah. He said he can't play the rest of the regular season. I actually think they're okay with Teddy Bridgewater. Like, Teddy Bridgewater basically played significant, meaningful snaps in 2 games this year. They didn't win either of them, but he played well against Minnesota. In fact, I think well enough to win. And when I look at, New England and I look at the Jets, look, those are teams that have issues of their own. Mm-hmm. So, can Teddy play well enough with the supporting cast, with how they can run the football? Yeah. I think he can. So this idea that, hey, we're playing our backup in games that we have to win, either week 17 or 18 or maybe both, can they do it? I think Teddy Bridgewater is a good enough and kind of quarterback and prepared for this type of moment.
And that's what Mike McDaniel said yesterday. That's why you go out and sign Teddy Bridgewater, a backup with experience. What do you think they look like with him?
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with Tim. I think the Dolphins can win without Tua because of 2 animals, the cheetah and the penguin. That's actually that's why I'm confident in this team, because as long as you have those 2 weapons, I feel good. Now, if we want to get into the playoffs and all that, I think, then the conversation changes. But these 2 weeks against the 2 teams that they're facing, I think they'll be all right.
D. Wood?
Yeah, listen, I think you bring up a good point as far as the 2 wide receivers. And on the flip side, let's be honest, Patriots offense is a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
That defense.
And
defense is great.
Defense is great.
Right.
Defense is great, there's no question, but you still got to be able to score points. They can't score points, okay? So do I give Teddy Bridgewater, who's been a capable quarterback in this league, an opportunity with all those guys that Miami has on offensively on their side of the ball? Absolutely.
Apparently, Bart disagrees.
He seems to disagree, yes.
Teddy got knocked out by Baby Groot. I mean, he got knocked out by Sauce Gardner, man. He's a guy that you have to worry about.
I'm mad you call him Baby Groot. I'm mad you call him Baby Groot.
You got to be worried about Teddy Two Gloves being healthy as well. But also, he has, in his career, not been a guy to push the ball down the football field, not having the strongest arm. So now, if I'm the Patriots,
you don't have to with those results.
I know, but if I'm the Patriots, I'm playing them tight, and I'm forcing him to throw the ball in the elements. The ball is different, harder to throw the ball different. You talk about grip strength. He already plays with the gloves. So it changes how you defend them.
Okay, so my question is, you say you got questions about Teddy Bridgewater. We don't have questions about Mac Jones and whatever the Jets throwing out there as well?
String cheese has got a lot of problems going on right now. But, when you think about, listen, they don't have nothing to lose, though. They can run the football, and they can ugly this game
they got plenty to lose.
Inside of the elements.
They're still in it. And, by the way, elements is supposed to be 55 degrees there on Sunday, so that's like a little late surprise storm there.
The Dolphins had heaters in
L.A.
In L.A.
Fair point. How about the picks? Who are we taking in this game? Let's put these up.
Shocker.
Bart is the only one on
Bart
New England.
Rogue.
We will see. I'll be at that game, so I'm interested to see first team to 15 perhaps wins that game.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.